What's up, everybody? This is FGU Plays. We're doing a little discussion today. We're talking about the state of the shared world shooter. This isn't really a very populated game area, but people who are in this population are very passionate about it. And we thought we'd talk a little bit about it today. Rusty's going to show off a little Destiny for us while we talk over it, because Destiny's always a hot topic in the gaming world. Right now, Destiny's kind of on ice for a lot of people.
It really is.
I think they haven't had any new content in a while, and I think the reason that's a big problem is because they've promised so much before this game came out, and it's kind of been like
my whole thing is ever since the get-go, fans have had this like weird, and I'm a fan too, so don't like make me out to be dogging anyone, but fans have had this like weird thing where we love-hate this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we knew what we were promised, and that was like a whole intrusive world that you didn't have to hear from boring robot and stuff, and that would I felt like would be really well.
It was supposed to be like this
on.
open world, this like really expansive story, and this and this and that. While I could talk for years about how it didn't deliver on that front. They've been really vocal about. This is a new place. I haven't seen this. They've been really vocal about how they want to keep the community involved with this game, and they want to keep like the steady updates and everything. And it seemed like last year they were doing a pretty good job. They had like 3 major expansions. Only one of them was like an even appropriate amount of stuff to add and have people pay for. But a lot of fans, I think, are pissed about the value of this game. I think, because it's like with all the expansions, everything, it's like $120, $40 game, and people want that lasting quality, and we haven't had anything new in 6 months, and this new update just adds some cosmetic stuff, some maps.
They bring back Prison of Elders, but like we only think that's...
It's kind of just like reskinned.
It's one of those things where I think it's only because they're just kind of out of ideas right now.
Yeah. And
you all like Prison of Elders, didn't you?
Supposedly we're getting some more content at the end of the year. According to their original timeline, we were supposed to get a sequel at the end of this year, and that's not happening. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because PvP in this game is great, and it's always fun. But this game is going on 2 years old now, and I think there are shooters that play better. Not many, because this is a great playing shooter. Like, mechanic-wise, this is a near-flawless playing shooter.
I think that's, like, the whole point of why people still play this game.
Yeah.
And, like, it's why I still play this game. It's fun as shit.
PvP's fun. I don't think PvP's that rewarding.
It's not. It can be. Like,
yeah.
You have to do a lot of stuff. They made that a lot better in the last...
yeah, you kind of didn't stand a chance there.
But I think they really fixed that in the Taken King expansion.
They fixed a lot with the Taken King. If every expansion they had was as good as the Taken King, I would probably be stoked on this game.
If it, like, delivered new stuff, like with the new subclasses, it made me, like, really want to,
Mm-hmm. See, it's hard because it's so easy to take for granted game developers and stuff like this, and a lot of people ask way too much of developers and this and this and this.
Shit.
Destiny is currently the most expensive video game ever made, and it's ran by Activision, like debatably the most successful company in gaming right now. Activision bought Candy Crush for like $60 billion, so they have money to spare. Bungie is a team of hundreds, and it's kind of wacky to me to think that they can pump out all they did last year. Clearly, they could do more. And I don't really know why it's too much to ask of a studio so big that got so much money to even make this game. Not to mention the profit they have from it being so successful, why they can't keep pumping out new stuff. Because I can't keep coming. I can't find a reason to come back to this game 6 months later. You know,
It's-
I always give it a chance. I don't not support it. I always give it a chance, but it's almost always disappointing to me.
I'll always shit on it, just because even if like it becomes like really good, like it's I
Because
just
that's
feel,
the
like,
sad part. Because
insulted.
that's all you know.
Yeah,
That's all you know is shitting on it.
it's like
Which sucks because it plays so well, and there's a lot of aspects to it that rule, and so many people are trying to mimic it, you know? But the fact of the matter is, for this game in particular, I think it's kind of on the rocks.
For most people's arguments like that I've talked to, just like for like the everyday man, when I've told them it's like, so why you play Destiny? And they're just like, is this fun? That's like the most part. Like
Raids and PvP.
yeah, a lot of people don't really like that. I just talked to, at least in our little hometown. Just that's the only reason. It's fun, and like when I like describe games like The Witcher 3 or like Dark Souls and shit like that, I have really good reasons of why I really like.
Yeah,
this
you
game.
could go on for hours.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and like when they try to tell me that, like Destiny's better, they give me like statistics, like so many people play this game, and it's
Yeah.
made so much money. I'm just like, does that make it a good game?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Numbers. It's always quality over quantity for games like this.
By the way, hi, I'm here too.
Josh is here. 5 minutes in.
I haven't said anything. I've just been letting you guys do most of the talking because I don't really have a lot to add to this conversation because I never got involved in Destiny in the first place, because when it was first announced, I was like, that sounds kind of cool, and then it came out and everyone was like, this is not what we were promised. I was like, well, skipping that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I made a good decision because literally fans of the game are just like, Destiny's making me so fucking mad, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I think
Why do you keep?
Why do you keep playing?
Yeah.
when
Somehow
it's-
this is more torture than like dying over and over again in a Dark
Exactly.
Souls. More masochistic than that game to me.
I think it's because like every time I die in Dark Souls, I have a reason to die. I don't feel like the game just outright. killed
And
me,
this people
you know?
want the torture of being like, we only have these many maps, these many missions. We want more, but they're not getting it, you know. And so I think we should also throw in The Division in
Yeah.
this convo real quick, because that game's kind of having rough spots too, and it's not good that it's happening 2-3 months after that game's come out. Destiny's been out for a year and a half. They've got their money's worth.
Yeah.
The Division just came out, and they need to keep their players with what they want to keep doing. But with The Division, it seems like, I think a lot of people knew that Ubisoft was not fully prepared for the amount of people that were ready for that game. And ironically, so many people were ready for that game because they were getting sick of Destiny.
Yeah.
And The Division
like
has
going-
a huge player base and a huge stream base. So many people watch that game on Twitch and stuff. It's like the 4th or 5th most streamed game always on Twitch anymore.
Yeah.
And they seem to have a shitload, just an overbearing amount of technical problems. Like, I always read about daily missions not being there, which is really fucked up to me for a game that needs like everyday interaction.
Well, games like that have like servers and like just a multiplayer aspect like that, it's just kind of tradition to start out shitty.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they started off really well those first 3-4 weeks, and then they threw in the incursions and the daily missions and stuff like that, and then now is when they've been having the problems.
Ooh,
See,
they actually like this
If you
level.
guys listened to our podcast where we discussed The Division way back early on, Rusty and I actually had some technical difficulties the first couple of days.
Oh,
Right off the bat.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Because
right
that didn't
off the
happen to
bat.
me.
Yeah, we did. I don't know if it was like specifically a PS4
No,
thing.
it definitely... Yeah, I did hear a lot of PS4 had problems with that game. Kind of makes sense because they primarily marketed that as an Xbox game.
Yep.
But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Really strange. And other games are going to try this too. Sea of Thieves, it's not going to be a shooter, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's going to be, you go into this area and there's only a few people, and it's mainly like co-op focused, but there's still PvP, and it's really going to be. So that means the game's not going to be like Skyrim sized.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Destiny or The Division sized, and they're just going to focus on like updates and making it a better service. And so it's interesting. I'll be really interested to see how games like Sea of Thieves base off of games like this, because The Division did that with Destiny in a lot of ways. The Division was like, we need to have a really good single player campaign. We need to have really good loot system. This and this and this. Like
I
they
actually went
banked
back
off.
and I played a little bit more of the campaign. I've seen my roommate Bryce play it a lot, and the campaign actually doesn't look that bad.
No, I played through
It
every
really
mission of
doesn't.
the campaign,
It's
and it's
actually
really
kinda
good. There's like not really a bad mission in the Division's campaign. They're all
got
pretty
this.
well structured, I think. Oh shit!
Yeah, I would lie there. I didn't have that like at all.
Both games have really cool aspects to them. It's weird to me. My problem is that they're services, and I just treat them as like fun games. The same way I treat any other game. Like, I'm not going to play this game every day, but like maybe 9 months from now I'll come back because I'm bored and want to play it again, because it's fun.
Okay.
But other people are expecting, like, I know a lot of people who play games like this and Call of Duty every day, like strictly those games. As a
Yeah.
bummer of
That's
that is
kind
to
of the thing.
say.
A lot of
Yeah.
new age gamers just play shooters
find-
PvP,
yeah.
which isn't. I don't like give shit to anyone who does that. by
It's
the way.
not a bad choice. It's just like
I just feel like
it's like watching the same movie every day.
it's one of those
Yeah.
things where you can casually play these games
Yeah.
pretty easily, like, and still have a lot of fun. Like
No, I totally agree.
like people with like kids and stuff and everything. Like it's just something like you can kind of just mindlessly play. I'm not saying like only like people who can mindlessly play video games play this game. It's just I think you can do it really.
Yeah.
easily.
It's a good, like, a lot of people want to. That was pretty good. Damn. A lot of people want those 10-minute like drop in, drop out, like play a couple missions, play a couple matches, this and that. Like, that's why people play games like this. It's just, I just think these games are still figuring out how to support that. You
Rift
know.
Ignited.
Anything else you guys wanted to add?
Not really, to be honest. I'm just like trying to think. Like, people like listening to this video. Like, really ask yourself: do I enjoy playing this game? Like, do I really like grinding everything and just constantly being kind of like shit on by
Yeah,
Bungie
you kind of really need to know
with fucking Mongo?
before committing yourself hard to these games, because Destiny right now is like at least $100 commitment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of our opinion. What's going on right now? Let us know what you guys think, and especially if you think we're wrong. Like, we'd really like to hear other reasons.
That guy fucked me.
You can comment, tell us Rusty sucks. You can comment, you can tell us either of these games suck, we should
Yeah,
just quit,
go
you
for
can
it.
do whatever. But regardless, thanks for listening to our discussion on the Shared
Yeah,
World
thanks, guys.
Shooters.
Yeah.